In this video, I'd like to share an update focusing on the gameplay changes I've implemented so far. Firstly, the handling. I've changed the system to a two-stage model. At slower speeds, the friction is high and Sonic is able to turn quickly and more accurately, hopefully enabling him to do more precise jumps and pick up rings easily and so on. It also allows him to run up slopes from a standing start instead of getting stuck, as well as get through the avalanches more easily. The second stage kicks in at higher speeds. The friction is reduced so that you can still skid around and have some fun, and I've raised Sonic's top speed so it hopefully feels more like a Sonic game without becoming too difficult to control. I've also altered the way sliding along walls works, so that you don't come to a stop just because you've clipped a wall. To support all this, I've made the camera smoother and able to look ahead more, so hopefully you will see the enemies coming sooner. Picking up shoes allows you to run even faster. In fact, you're able to outrun the camera, but to allow you to still have fun, I've added a new rule that if you have shoes and you collide with something, you just get knocked backwards without losing any rings. The conceit being that super speed Sonic absorbs the impact better. Moving on to Flickies, the first thing you'll notice is that if a Flickie isn't collected, its icon will flash. This should hopefully alert you if you've not noticed one is gone, but the next changes will make that less of a problem in any case. The big change is that if you have any rings, you won't drop your Flickies if you're hit by an enemy. You'll only drop them once your ring total hits 0. This should lead to a lot less frustration with having to run around recollecting Flickies. I've also made the Flickies all actively try to reach you to some degree. In the original, one hopped off randomly and another actively tried to avoid you. The final Flickie change is that they won't be dropped if an object hits them. This used to lead to a lot of frustration, as half a level ago a laser might have clipped one and you never noticed. This also means they can act as a shield around you. The more you have, the better it is. Moving on to some smaller changes, I've removed the spike ball from the hunters on level 1. They are one of the more difficult enemies to kill, so it makes sense for them to be easier in the first level of the game. I've also fixed a bug where your shadow didn't appear on rock platforms in Volcano Valley, and I've increased the collision box sizes on the Big Ring, Tails and Knuckles to make it easier to interact with them. Finally, I've added a score display. The original didn't have a score displayed on screen due to a lack of video RAM, but I've analysed the usage and I think I've found enough room for it. It may still go if I run into problems later, but for now at least it's good to have. And that brings me to the end of this update. Thank you so much for watching.